It is officially the start of Ace Week today, so you know what that means. It's cake decorating time. Join me as I decorate this cake for Ace Week and go through some of my reflections from the past year. Okay, so we got this little cake from Meyer today. I decided to go real small this time around because last year's was probably about twice the size of this one even. And even that was too much, especially now. Because one of the things that has changed in the past year since last time I did this was I am now taking medication for ADHD. And I even just this past week started SSRIs. So my appetite is not what it used to be, which is actually a good thing because I tended to overeat and it was a problem, which plays into both the ADHD and the reasons I'm taking SSRIs to begin with. So that's probably for the betterment of me. But we got this cute little cake, and I got some of this gel writing. I've still got some sprinkles from last year that I think should still be good. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, is that a bad idea to have sprinkles from a year ago? I think they're still fine. I don't know, do sprinkles expire? But we're not gonna put too many of them on there anyway, because we got these little sparkly glitter ones in gray and purple. And I figured with the black writing and the cake is mostly white, I mean, there's the ace flag colors to begin with. I did grab this to just kind of smooth out this part because otherwise it'd be really hard to actually decorate this. So I'm going to smooth these parts out a bit. So one thing that I have noticed has been a change for me over the last year is that I don't get super anxious anymore when people start to figure it out, especially when people start to find my social media. I'm not as bothered as I used to be by people knowing, because it used to be something that really panicked me. It used to make me really anxious and nervous. And I didn't really like having to explain it all, but I've gotten a lot more confident in my identity. Oh, that whole side just came right off. Whoops. But it's something that free icing, yes, please. I just feel like I've gotten better at being able to talk about, even just in my personal life. And that's really important, to be able to feel comfortable in your own skin and just being yourself. So the next thing I got for this was I got the letters, but the problem is you can see there's only 2 E's. Well, there's 3 E's in Ace Week, so that's a problem, right? So what I'm gonna end up doing probably is when we get to that last E, I have to get a little innovative. Last year I tried writing, and I mean, if you saw that video, the one that was on my TikTok, it didn't turn out great because I don't have good handwriting, especially for something like this. Also, I've never done these before, so I guess we're just gonna go like that. They kind of just peel right off, which is good. I don't know if that first P is kind of center. I think I need to smush them over just a little more. Here's my plan. I'm going to take this F, and there's this I right here. I'm going to break off a piece, or try to. I don't know. We have a backup I if we need it, but let's see if we can make this work. Another good reason to have this utensil here. Did it break off nicely? Let's find out. Not quite. Is that good enough? I don't know. I'm gonna call it good enough. Let's get our K on there, because we only get one K. I mean, it says happy Ace Week. I think I'll count it. I think I'm gonna count it. I'll eat the rest of this I. Okay, so we got our letters on there, kind of. Now I think the next thing to do be the black writing. And I'm gonna do like swirls and stuff like that. It's kind of like, I don't know, something just silly like that, you know? It doesn't look too bad. I think part of the reason why I enjoy doing this is because I know that I'm bad at it, right? Like, if you know you're bad at something and you do it anyway, then it's more fun. Another thing in talking about like how I've noticed I'm not as bothered talking to people about being ace. This is kind of a funny story. So when I was talking with my psychiatrist about going on SSRIs, and I mean, I know she's just doing her job, and I totally get that, and I wasn't like thinking of it in a bad way at all. It was just kind of funny to me. Is she was like really concerned and treading carefully about the possible side effects. And she said that there's like 30% reduction in what's the word? Sex drive. Like people have noticed like ooh, I overdid it on that side. Whoops. But anyway, like to me that was funny because like 30% of not having any ambition to do that is still 0. So for me that didn't matter, because she made it sound like that was going to be the worst possible side effect, and I'm like, okay, bring it on. So I had no problem with that. But it's just funny, like the things that I can talk about and the situations where like people are concerned, and I get that that was her job, and I respect her very much for trying to be careful about the side effects and warn people about possible side effects before offering them a medication and filling out a prescription for them. I totally get that, and I respect it. It's just that one particular case, because it's me, was funny to me. And it's kind of a reminder of like, yeah, I do see the world differently, and things that are a big problem to other people may not be to me, just like things that are a big problem to me may not be for other people. So it kind of just like solidified that a little bit more for me, which was not necessarily needed, but always welcome to remember, like, yeah, I am kind of my own person, and I do my own thing, and you know, this is how I see the world, because I have learned to embrace seeing the world differently than allo folks do. I've learned to embrace that part of me. I'm kind of wishing I had just bought the second thing of letters, right? Because yikes, but it's okay. All right. And then we have what's left of last year's, which was really nice because it actually had, aside from these blue ones that I didn't care for, but all the colors of the ace flag are in there, plus blue, which is like whatever. But just a little more variety. Get some more lettering in there and whatnot. I do like sprinkles quite a bit, so. And I think we're done. So here's our finished product. I don't know, I think it turned out better than last year. Still not fantastic, but I don't know. I like the petiteness of it. I like how it turned out. Yeah, it's been a good year. Like I said, I feel like I am more open and more willing to allow people to know that part of me. I don't feel as much anxiety over people figuring it out and finding things out. Even to some extent, people asking me personal questions in real life. There's still obviously my boundaries, but I'm a little more open to talking about it in person. I'm more willing to work with other creators and other organizations. I've done that this past year with working with Rachel, working with Marshall, working with the Wisconsin LGBTQ History Project. There's others that I've worked with this past year that I've built some really strong connections, and I've just had an amazing time this past year, and I cannot wait to see what's ahead. I hope you all have an amazing ACE week. Stick around for just a moment to check out the calendar of all the things I have planned the rest of the week. And if you have anything that you feel like you've grown in, or anything that you want to share that you've done this past year in growing in your identity, please share that in the comments. I think we should all be celebrating the growth that we've made, and not just for ourselves, but for each other. I want to cheer for you, so please tell me how you've grown this past year. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.